Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverETuk UK. And guys, we're going to go over some evidence again today. There's been so much, and you guys are just... This is how good my audience are, right? So I put something up regarding the White House and the little white fluffy thing that was flying in there. And there was a mixed response. A lot of people that hadn't really researched the channel were blatantly like, no, that's not. It could have been seed fluff off someone's jacket. It could have been. Could have been seed fluff that crept onto the stage and then just went, oh, and backed off again. Could have been, you know. I tried to justify my reasons as to why I thought it wasn't. And to be honest with you guys, all you guys did was you went back to your phones and back to your PCs and went, what have I got that looks like that? And you've come back to me and I didn't ask for it. But you know what? I'm going to show it because it's just more. It's just more evidence that points in the direction of that could have been NHI for sure. I'm fairly confident, but like I say, takes a little bit of research and a little bit of time before the brain tweaks and goes, you know what, there's a connection there. So we're going to look at it. We're also going to look at Denmark as well, because the airports have been closing at Denmark due to these drones. There was some breaking news yesterday, pretty much the same thing I showed regarding Copenhagen, but this time it was in Denmark. And various other airports around Europe as well have had to close for the same reason. Alright, so we start off with this one. Skywatch signal. Breaking news. Denmark faces hybrid drone attacks over airports and military bases. Aalborg Airport shut down overnight. Copenhagen Airport closed earlier this week, and the Danish police confirmed multiple events have occurred over military facilities. Justice Minister stated, no doubt this was done by a professional actor. NATO member Denmark is under mounting drone pressure. Russia has been previously blamed for incursions into Danish and Norwegian airspace. At the UNGA, Zelensky warned Moscow would expand hybrid drone warfare across Europe. Opposition voices in the UK echo the concern. These are modern threats and we must invest in defences to match. Do you know what? I don't know if you guys see it, but I see this, right? All I see going on between the governments, and we're going to look at the Sky News clip in a moment, is weaponisation of a situation, more money. We've got to throw money at this. We've got to defend it. And they don't even know what they're defending themselves against, because this happened in America. They couldn't get one down. They couldn't get anywhere near one to tell them exactly what it is. And now this is happening over Europe, and we're expected to throw money at what exactly? You don't even know what you're dealing with. If they were just conventional drones, we'd have one in hands, right? We'd have one by now. There were people in America shooting at them, for Christ's sake. Like, if they were just conventional, we would have one. They're not conventional. And so if you're going to throw money at it, throw money at detection. I don't think anyone's blowing these drones up anytime soon. Just putting it out there, guys. Let's have a listen to what Sky News has got to say.
Updates to that story of the drones that have been spotted over Aalborg Airport. The Danish Justice Minister, Peter Hummelgaard, has in the last few minutes commented on this and has said, without saying specifically who has done this, that there is no doubt that this is done by a professional actor. Remember, it's the second time that Denmark has faced drones around a major airport this week. Copenhagen Airport was also closed for a few hours after drones were spotted there. The Defence Minister has said there's no direct military threat against Denmark, but they also will be starting to look at acquiring capabilities to detect and neutralise drones as Denmark look to try and respond to this latest incursion into their airspace. The Justice Minister also saying the threat of hybrid attacks is here to stay. So still not quite getting to the point where Denmark are apportioning blame for this event. Of course, Russia were blamed for that incursion into Danish and Norwegian airspace earlier this week, where the Copenhagen airport, as well as the airport in Oslo, were closed down. But Denmark saying that there is no doubt this was done by professional action. In just the last few minutes, the National Police of Denmark have also said there were also events at military facilities. We know that there is a military base in Aalborg, a Danish military base there, and the police now saying that there were events. We can read in to what those events may well have been at military facilities. So those drones that close Aalborg Airport for a number of hours overnight concerning, of course, for many people in Denmark, not least the fact that Denmark are a NATO member state. And just yesterday at the UN General Assembly, President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine was warning that Russia will be expanding its hybrid war with the use of drones across Europe.
Well, it sounds to me like Zelensky's using an unknown threat. It's unknown, so that's the only threat about it, is no one knows what these things really are. They're not causing any damage. They're not causing any damage to military or to airports. They're just having to close down airports as these things go by because they are a security risk. But you can see what they're doing here, guys. They are using this to get money from people. To fund what? What are they going to do? Because so far, these things have been flying around the world and no one's been able to get hold of one. No one's been able to get hold of one. So what are they going to do? What are they going to develop? You know, I guess the research has got to start somewhere, right? But I guess you've got to start with something tangible. At the moment, they know fuck all. That's the way I see it, and it sounds a little bit scaremongery to me. Even the wording, it all sounds scaremongery. And in reality, they don't. I mean, Zelensky is saying that Putin's going to do this and Putin's going to do that, but no one actually knows what these things are or where they've come from yet. I would be shocked if they've managed to, if they've been developed in Russia and they've been flown all around the world and no one's been able to take one out yet. It's not like they're moving really, really fast. They are out there to be seen. So why hasn't anyone able to take one out yet? I tell you why. It's because they're not conventional. I don't think they're made by us. And if they are, it's some crazy technology that we just do not possess yet. The day they come around and say we've got one, it'd be interesting to see how this thing evaded the radar, the missiles, the bullets. How does it evade all that stuff? That's the big question. So we'll look at it. But honestly, guys, when you're listening to politicians saying, yeah, we need this, we need that, yeah, they need to understand what it is. But if the Americans couldn't do it over their own soil, surely Denmark won't be able to do this either. They won't be able to figure this out quickly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks very much, Skywatch Signal, for posting that. Also, Grumman 600 is talking about this as well. Denmark airport closed due to drones 2 days after incursions, Copenhagen. It really is making the news, guys, but still, no one knows anything about it. Interesting stuff. All right, Mark C0574, UndercoverETuk UK, have a look, mucker. And I am going to do that, mate. I have told you I will be looking at this one. So, not much to go on, really. Passenger plane by the looks of it. Someone's recording out the window. They've captured something really strange. Let's have a look, guys. Let's see what this is. Sunlight looks like it's bouncing off the right side, at least. Yeah, I mean, we've seen this sort of shape before. Kind of looks like a fish, doesn't it? In the sky, but it's not, guys. It kind of looks like it's being towed. Looks like there's a sphere here and it's being towed. It's towing something that's broke down, maybe. You know, I'm just speculating because the sphere looks slightly in front of whatever this is. I mean, some might say that's a balloon. You know, and this is being held on by a bit of string, but I can't see it going that. I mean, it's hard to say when you're on a plane, isn't it? We don't really know how fast it's going. To me, it looks like this object here is sort of a little bit like that and propelling itself forward somehow. I'm not seeing any string here, and this is very odd. This would be a very odd counterweight. Seeing any string at all. Yeah, it's difficult without any details from the person who took it. So if you are watching this and you're like, I took this, let me know. Get in contact, undercoveretuk@gmail.com. I'd love to see the original file. To me, I mean, it just looks like this orb, whatever this might be, sphere, is pulling this along. Just from the slight tilt, you know, it's tilting in the direction it's going in. It seems to be just in front. And this to me looks like it could be 3 or 4 objects connected together at the bottom here. And there seems to be some kind of gravitational field around this thing here as well. You see how it's, I'm just going to stop it there. You see how it's got 1, 2, 3, like 4 individual balls that you can see that are really dark. They could be pucks connected together. The object could be a lot larger than what it is, and it's just showing a small portion. It could even be connected to this thing, and you're only seeing just what it's showing you, you know. This could be one big craft. It could be one big craft. It could also be individual craft being towed away by this thing. Yeah, the sun's shining on the right side, which looks good. It looks consistent with the clouds. This looks like individual pieces, but it also has like a haze around it. Maybe I can bring that haze up in a, you know, in an AI enhanced version. You'll see what I mean for those that may be struggling with a smaller screen, but it looks like there's a bubble around it. So we're going to look at that. All right, Marky, let's have a look, mate. Let's see what this is. I mean, like I say, I'm not seeing any string, you know, at all. Looks like something don't look quite spherical. I did wonder if there was like just a darker puck or something inside there, but I don't know for sure. Don't know for sure. So I mean, this is as good as I can get for you in terms of showing you what I mean. But there is like something, just an outline of something showing, and this is what I'm talking about. This could have its own gravitational field. Individual pucks connected together, maybe. It's a potential. I mean, that could just be one saucer, and it's just showing parts of it. You know, like I say, or it could be that the whole thing's connected, but transmedium in certain areas. And it could also be a balloon, guys. Honestly, I don't have enough information on it, but I'm not seeing the string, and I'm not too sure if the movement would be consistent with a balloon. I mean, it'd be hard to know. You know, we'd need to know altitude, speed of the plane, what kind of currents are up there at the time. But even the slightest current would make this sway off a little bit. This kind of looks like it's going... It kind of looks like it's moving with purpose, eh? It's hard to say, guys. Hard to say. Interesting one, though, Marky. I appreciate you tagging me in this, and it was worth a look, mate. Looks like an acorn type of shape, doesn't it, there? I mean, at that distance, who knows, guys? Who knows? If you're the person who took this, please get in contact, though. Really interesting. Would love to know more. And, yeah, location would be awesome as well. Thanks very much, Marky0574. Give him a follow if you haven't, guys. Appreciate you, man. All right, we are back at the Facebook group. But before I go into some of the evidence that you guys have been uploading to the group, I want to take you through a few videos. Okay, MB, check this one out. Again, you guys are brilliant. You just send in evidence into me that kind of matches and corresponds with what we're seeing. That was a really, really good crisscross there between 2 UAP. See, as this comes in, a little zipper just meets it. Boom. And then you see this thing turn into pure fluff. Look at that. And some would say, well, that's just a bug, Rob. Look, this happens so fast. I've seen the original clip from way back when MB first sent it to me. And it all happens so quick, guys. It all happens so quick. Hockey puck comes right through as well. Perfect. And look at that. The way it just glides through the air, that last puck there. And yeah, they do show up as little white bits of fluff sometimes, but What's going on with these things is anyone's guess. All right, next up we've got Darren Gaines in Arizona. Let's go, mate. It's been a little while, bud. It's been a little while. Loving this. Airplane. Got it in the frame. Nice steady hand. Sideways filming. Tagged. We'll just go back to that one. Boom. Perfect, mate. Perfect. Look at that. Comes in fast. No messing about. Whoa. What's going on there? Our white fluffy one, look. Check that out, mate. Let's turn the speed down here. Boom. Exactly like Dr. Shipe's capture. His white orb capture. Exactly, mate. And that is a really, really good example. And exactly why I say that one that was in the White House looks exactly like this. Exactly. It just might have dimmed down to something smaller. But it is exactly the same thing, right? And this thing is moving through the sky with purpose, folks. And that is just brilliant, Darren. And that's why you guys have got to get involved with the community, because, you know, I can post something and people can throw examples at me like no tomorrow. And that's exactly what we need to justify what I'm saying, right? Really, really good stuff, mate. Appreciate MB, appreciate you, Darren. Awesome, just awesome. And we just go back to the Levitt clip. Now, it could be a bit of seed fluff come off someone's shoulder, you know, could have happened. Or it's NHI, and it's crazy to say it, right? But this is what NHI looks like, guys. You know, this is what the UFOs look like. They travel around like this, whether they're the familiars or whether they're the main deal in the equation, whether they're the actual craft that they can just change. Based on the research, guys, I suspect that is the case. And I know it sounds crazy, but these things are real. 100%. This is the difference, I guess, between this channel and others. And I'm not like bigging myself up, really. We're throwing ourselves out on a limb. But we don't turn around and say what might be and might not be, generally. We know these things are real. Guys, it's been too much evidence. Thousands of videos. For those, and I get it, like if you just stumbled across the channel, you're going to be asking yourselves, well, surely not. People would know about this stuff, right? People do. People do. You know, I've got a full Facebook group here full of people that record. And this is a small group. There are other people that do record the skies, guys. People do, they just don't say it on the news, you know. And for anyone who's waiting for someone to come clean in the USA and talk about a buried craft or something, I'm waiting for it as well. Everyone's been waiting for it for years, and we're going to continue to wait for it until they want to give the secret up. But until then, if you want to learn more, if you want to find out yourself, if you don't want to be lied to and you want to take control of your own thoughts and feelings, record the skies, submit your evidence, surprise yourself. That's literally what we're going to say. And Jerry Baby's been at it again. We've got one here in real time, and again, Jerry's not been recording for several weeks, and she's back on it. Look at that. Perfect, fast, crisscrossed. Lots going on. Normal speed, that's what we want to see. Normal speed, guys, because then I can say, look, it's not been slowed down. The speed checks, and that one does check. It's fast. Happy days. Sean Washam. Oh, look at that, mate. Perfect. Again, look, they got this whole bird bug looking thing going on. Look at that. And I believe you got the video below and it's already slowed down, right? Boom. Fat end, skinny end, it all checks, mate. It all checks. I love it. Or whatever it is, okay, whatever it is. Until we get one down and scientists do testing on it, it is... They're just white jets, right? The mimicry is just, it's spot on. It's what you would expect them to be able to do, right? It almost looks like a barbell shape there, but you know what? this bit of white haze is covering up the object itself. So there it is, guys. There it is. It's pretty intense stuff, and I've captured so many of these myself, mate. And this is, for me, it's good stuff. It's spot on. You can see the bubble around the thing. You can see the projection it's making, and and this is already slowed down. But what I would have loved is to see the true speed, Sean. So if you can post like a comparison, your normal untouched clip, and then you can do it slowed down as well, because for anyone who's new to this and they're just watching for the first time, they're going to say that's a fly or a bird. It's just out of focus, you know. And in reality, you do need to get it on a big screen. You do need to analyze it to really work out what it is. But the speed will always determine. You know, if you play if this is 10% slowed, then I can tell you now that that's moving with pace. But it's also moving quite fluently. You know, there's no, like, normally if it's going at your 2,000 miles an hour, you're not going to see the fluent movement like this. Yeah, you're going to see, you're going to see it jumping. And you can have 60 frames per second. You'll still see it jumping, right? And this is not filmed at 60 frames per second. So that's why it's important. But it does look really good, mate. It does. So keep it up. Jermaine Stewart, looking for thoughts on what this could be. Let me give you my thoughts then, buddy. What are we looking at here? Are we looking at this thing up here? This is the only thing that looks odd to me right now. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I'd love to see a video on this. I guess it's just appeared and disappeared, maybe. I see a lot of movement in trees, guys. As you know, I do have my own tree line that I record. Jack at Cosmic Road, he was also told during one of his trips, his ayahuasca trips, that he should be filming the tree lines to capture these beings. And so there's something in it. There's something in it. They do like trees, guys. So look. Film the skies, film the trees, film everything. Film everything. Really interesting. Jerry thinks it may be a mini saucer of types. That's exactly what I see, and I have still shot of something that came out of my porch after camera caught that. Wow. Look, if you've got any video, Jermaine, please send it over to me. UndercoverETuk@gmail.com. I'd love to see it. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are as well. All right, Jane Conquest says, I've taken photos of the live feed from the International Space Station. They cut the live feed when something shows up, and they don't want us to see this. But they wasn't fast enough, and I took these. Let's have a look then. This is from the International Space Station, guys. Jane is on it like you wouldn't believe. Not really too sure what I'm looking at here, guys, because, you know, space is much like everything. It's just dots up there, right? Unless you're looking at the live feed in the moment. I mean, what is that? It's impossible to know, isn't it? What is going on? Is that a craft in there? Something dark here that's just... Obviously you've spotted something here, Jane. There's something here, right? What is that? Well. That looks so sorcery. Interesting, Jane. Thank you very much for just being on top of it, really. That's awesome. Thank you very much. I love this one, Dax. UAP SD. Guys, if you haven't checked his channel out already, please do so. youtube.com/@UAPSD. San Diego. And yeah, look, guys, this is a close-up of what I can only describe as a UFO. To me, it looks like it's got a triangular top there. That could well be a mini saucer, mate. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think they are saucers. You've managed to capture one really close up here. Look at that. Really, really fast, mate. And you're just spot on with what you're doing. And I just wanted to show it again, really. Thank you very much, Dax from San Diego, mate. Awesome. Guys, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for recording. Look, I don't worry about the haters at all in the comments. A lot of people will struggle to understand what's going on here. With the research that's been done, you guys are well informed, okay? But for anyone who's just joined the channel, I get it. Just stay respectful. We'll answer any questions you have. That's all we've got time for today. Again, ask questions in the comments. Please hit subscribe. It's free to do. We need to support the public's evidence. We need to support public disclosure. Thank you. Take care. All the best. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.